Today I will be taking a look at the LEGO Ninjago Tournament Temple City. Stick around till the end to see everything from the features to the minifigures, so now let's get into it. First we'll take a look at this little blimp side build. It's a neat build that reminds me of Woo's hot air balloon from Tiger Widow Island. There's a lantern on either side and a basket at the bottom to put a minifigure in. The other side build here is a dragon that seems to be made of wood and covered in autumn leaves, and I don't know if this dragon is named or if it's even in the show, as I haven't seen Dragons Rising Season 2 Part 2 as of recording. It uses the same headpiece as on young dragon Ryu and has two horns, a lantern hanging off one, like the other dragon Rontu. There's a seat to sit a minifigure and wings with claws attached to the ends. And even though it's just a side build, I actually really like this dragon, probably better than some that are a full set. Now moving on to the main attraction, we'll start at the bottom on the left with this little dock. There's a small pier, which is a neat looking build, but sometimes it can seem to come apart a tad too easily for my liking. On the other side, there's a small crane that can rotate and the arm can be adjusted up and down, and you can turn this handle to raise and lower items, such as this box that reads Fragile and Do Not Eat in Ninjago, with a 1x1 waffle tile inside. Both of these also have Technic holes, so you can move them around and combine them with a few other sets, which we'll do later. There's a nice archway here with these dragon hook climbing picks and a dark blue roof that has a golden dragon sprite as decoration. Behind that is a nice looking bridge to the temple, which uses some cool techniques to achieve its angle, and it just shows how good Ninjago's got at building bridges over the years. Beside that, there's a bit of cliffside with a rock that says Secret that can explode like a LEGO Minecraft feature by pushing on this concealed button at the back. There's also some tree roots leading up to a nice tree build that uses a Possession arrow blade. Then there's this big cave entrance with some falling stalactites activated by pushing on this stone lantern. And moving down again, you can see a bit of a suspicious rock that's actually a concealed sliding door. Then there's the blacksmiths. On the outside, there's a furnace that uses an Otto hair from Minions as coal, with a chimney sticking out of the top. There's also a water wheel here that spins at the turn of a crank. There are two platforms above the water wheel that you can place minifigures on for a cool fight scene. Inside, there's an anvil with a hammer, and by turning the same crank as the water wheel, the hammer will clank down on the anvil. On the other side, there's a little build for a grindstone, and a pair of climber suit shoulder pads being exclusive to this set in brown. There's a little ladder leading up to the blacksmith's bed, which has a Kai microfigure similar to the Jay and Cole ones from the markets. There's also a Harry Potter wand box with a 1x2 card that has ZXJ on it, which if you didn't know, these cards are a Ninjago collectible that's been appearing in sets since the City of Styx. The roof here is really nice, with this white tile patterning and this gutter that flows water into the water wheel. Moving around to the back, you can see into the cave. There's this bit with a campfire cooking something, and in the wall is a golden microfigure. This is also where that hidden sliding rock leads to. On the other side, there's a few bones on the floor, because I suppose this is where the dragon lives, and a statue using a body from Rivendell. Beside that, there's a stickered picture of Cole's Titan dragon mech above some candles for some reason. Continuing around the side, there's a bit of cliff with the button to activate the secret rock, and a bar that's supposed to be support for this rickety building, although it's not actually supporting anything. There's another tree here, and a flexible line of some sorts for decoration. The hut's roof uses the tried and true method of garage doors as shingles, and to get access into the hut, remove two of those lines and take off the roof to reveal nothing. It's just empty with a little balcony. Out the front, there's a boulder and a few bamboo shoots made of candle pieces beside a red ornamental archway through which is the path to the pagoda. There's a porch wrapping around the bottom of the building with another of those trees behind it. On the inside, there's some sort of shrine with what looks like a trophy that says TOFS for the Tournament of the Sources. Behind that is some blue and orange fire, and there's also a potted plant and a teapot. There's also the last and biggest tree here. Each level can also come apart separately for easier access. On the second level, there's two beds and a little training area with a spinning post and punching bag. The next floor features an old telephone and two portraits of who I'm not sure. On the the final story, there is just a flame in a crown piece. The roof is topped with a dragon head with 2 big blades behind it. The awnings on the outside are nicely done in dark blue to match the other roofs, with a red trim around them. You can also combine this with 2 other sets, the Tournament Battle Arena and the Tournament Training Ground Polybag. You can move stuff around to your liking, and there's actually these hidden Technic holes behind 2 2x2 curved pieces that you can move somewhere else to make room for more things. I like it set up in this formation, with the dock pier entering the cave as if someone's feeding the dragon. I think it looks quite good all together like this, and if you've got all the sets and the space, I recommend displaying them together like this. That's all for the build, so now let's take a look at the minifigures of this set, of which there are 13. I don't have a whole lot to say about the ninja individually, as they're all pretty similar. I do really like these suits though, with these dragon scale looking robes, and each of them has 3 letters on them, M-O and then the first letter of their element. Lloyd has M-O-E for Master of Elements, Nia M-O-W, Master of Water, Cole M-O-E for Master of Earth, and Zane M-O-I for Master of Ice. Each of them also has a little print with the source dragon of their corresponding element, which can also be seen on their backs, and the first letter of their name on their leg. They use these cool new dragon shoulder pads with a katana and a new short katana. They each have their own weapon too. Lloyd's sword is used since the Ninjago movie, Nia's trident, Cole's hammer, and Zane's shurikens. Aaron here also appears in the Source Dragon of Motion, and his suit is slightly different to the other ninja. He's got 2 pockets instead of scales, and he has some hints of dark blue, including a dark blue half mask, and he has his grapple hook. This version of Wildfire has appeared in 3 other sets, a 4+1, Kai's Climber Mech, and the Source Dragon. She reuses her sadly single-sided face from the Heatwave transforming lava dragon. Raz is included here too, and I think this is probably his best version so far. The black and red looks so cool, especially on his chiseled abs. He reuses the Vengestone Guard's shoulder pads in gunmetal grey, and he's got the Mallet of Shattering. Jordana here looks really cool too, with her torso and legs being gunmetal grey, and she's got these silver shoulder pads with 3 claws on one side and a furry pauldron on the other. She has this cool sword, dual moulded with gunmetal grey and translucent red. The next figure is called Temple Guard, and he's fully pearl gold and reminds me of Echo Zane. He reuses the crystallized dragon form shoulder pads and has this weird rebreather looking thing. He has a robotic looking face print and a conical hat. A really nice inclusion in this set is Mr. Pale, as this is his first Ninjago minifigure after appearing in Ultra Agents as Invisible. His design is pretty similar, just updated. He's got a belt with a minifigure head on it and a dark green shirt with dollar signs. He has a clear head with sunglasses and the same hat as the original figure. The blacksmith uses a body from the Ninjago City markets, and she has a Lego City face with Hugh Fraser's hair from the Dragonstone Shrine in dark brown. Although this minifigure looks generic, I've heard Roby has a lot to do in the next part of the show. He has an exclusive red and purple torso, and he uses the same hair as Kai's dad. The last minifigure here is Blecht. Yes, that's his name. He has a dapper torso with a stopwatch, his face has a mustache and monocle, and he uses Han Solo's hair in white. I really like this set and how it feels almost like a homage or modern version of the Temple of Air Jitsu. That concludes our look at this set, so thank you for watching all the way until the end, and make sure to tune in next time. Bye.